Word.
Great job.
Oh, here we go. Through share. All right. All right.
All
All
right,
right.
all right, all right. How's everybody doing today?
Hey, you guys, good to see you.
What's up,
Pardon me.
Judy? Drop a
Thanks,
one in the chat if you're alive.
thanks for being here. I'm just wondering if this call is recorded
It is recording, yes.
and where can I find the recording?
In our free community and on Fur's YouTube and on our YouTube. And yeah.
Okay, awesome. Thank you.
All right, guys.
We got 3 people alive. They dropped a 1.
So awesome. 3 people alive. Amazing. Amazing, amazing. Thomas, Jeff, how we doing? How we doing? Andrew. I just got off a one-on-one with Andrew. Andrew's in our AI brokers community. He upgraded his AI employee plan using our affiliate code, and we just did an intensive one-on-one for about half an hour and dove real deep into what he needs to do and what he needs to say and what kind of offers he needs to make to his existing clients to rake in a nice fat paycheck from selling AI employee to his existing clients.
Let's put Andrew on the spot. Andrew, can you come on? I want to ask you a question.
Thomas, what the heck? I invited you directly. Okay,
So,
I'll try again.
Andrew, how was
I
the call?
know. I tried it, but it didn't work.
Okay, we'll get it sorted on this call, my man. I'm sorry.
No problem.
So, Andrew,
I can't hear you, Andrew.
I think you're muted, or I need to unmute you. No, you're good.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you now.
Okay, cool. I missed the question.
So pretend Josh is not here. It's just me and you. How was your call with Josh earlier today?
It was great. It was a really good call. We literally just come off it 5 minutes ago. It was really, really good information.
You got
Did
some
he
good
pay you to
value?
say that?
No.
No.
What are we
I'm
talking
just
about,
kidding.
Andrew?
Sorry.
He's like, I don't want to tell you guys what we talked about.
No, I'm not sharing my secrets. There you go.
No, I am gonna put you guys in some of the same game I put him on. Not obviously not tailored and customized to your specific situation like we went into with him. But real quick before we get into that, um, I wanted to quickly cover some updates that Sean put in the Facebook group real quick. Where do they go? It's in my team chat in my Slack. All right. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. It looks like we got the number and monetary fields extraction capability is live. So you can extract numerics and monetary data fields from callers and update the corresponding contact details seamlessly. So we'll probably share screen here in a little bit and go into that. And then simply create an update contact field action and select the field you wish to update the contact for that contact on the number. Postal code field, the postal code field is now supported in the update contact field section. So all good news. Way to go, team, on developing that. And for awesome, Shelly. Beautiful. Thank you. Cool. So, Andrew,
Sorry,
well, you're still here.
did you cover the time limit? 5 minutes?
Oh, Andrew, that was a question that you had as soon as you came on. No, I'll let you announce that.
You mean the announcement I shared with you last week?
Yeah.
You know, so last week we announced it. I was hoping most people caught it, but now in your agents or on your agent level, when you're setting it up, there in the top right, we'll show it after advanced settings. You can increase the limit from 5 minutes up to 15 minutes now. It was massively demanded for higher than 5 minutes. Statistically, just letting you know, statistically, less than 1% ever hit the 5 minute mark in our system. We evaluated very few people hit it the 5 minute mark. However, knowing the fact there's a limit is also gives hesitation to people. We know that as well. So we increase from 5 up to 15. It's within your control. And the reason is within your control is if you're on the pay-per-use plan after Jan 1st, you may want to control how long the calls go for and so on, just to give you control in terms of any billing. So this is why you might say, you know what, 10 minutes is more than enough time to cover on a call. And something else new that we snuck in 2 days ago is call logs. If you look up on the top,
Yep.
so any calls that come in as of December 17th onwards, there'll be a log of the call, how long the call was, and access to, I think, the transcripts and so on over there as well.
Love
So,
it.
so we covered a few
Amazing.
things over here. Just wait till, let's say, the next 2 weeks. We have a few more great features, and then January is the main ones we've been waiting for, and then it's gonna be very robust.
I love it. Just more and more value coming out of the dev team from GHL. All the more reason to charge more.
Go
Gonna
from what was it? What's the name of your group or your plan? Go
AI
from
brokers.
no, go from broke to brokers.
AI broker. AI broker.
Go from broke to brokers. That's the term.
Broke to AI broker.
There you go. All right, Josh, I'll let you take over now.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I got a tickle in my throat. I need a lozenge or something. But so if you hear me mute myself or cough, that's why. Um so yeah, basically I think people are interested to know kind of what maybe what I talked about with Andrew. So we can recap that and we can get into some questions and Q&A. Shane Bolds asked, is there still a possibility of them extending the 12/31 date?
So I've brought it up to the team. There is discussion on it, and we'll see. I don't know. It's 50-50 right now. And let me throw another one in there. Keith, any update on the delay for answering? Yeah, we've isolated what was causing the delay from the handoff between us and our partner. Now it's a technical process we're going through, optimizing it. It's a few different layers involved over there. So we know we know what needs to get done. We're working through the process, so hopefully that will be done. There's like two things that are very pressing for everyone is this call delay because it's ruining customer experience. Actually, three things. Customer experience over here, call delay. Number two is a time zone matter. We're waiting on an API update for us to be able to roll that out. And the third one is, as I brought up to you before, is how to handle graceful goodbyes. If someone says, "Are you interested? Anything else you're interested in?" No, click. So you got a very rude salesperson sometimes. So we want to have a more of a, okay, thank you for calling, goodbye. So you can adjust it in the prompt. That's why I was talking to you about it. Is like, what's the best way for people to end the call gracefully, and so we can have it updated in all our prompts, so we have that handled.
Okay. Beautiful. So end call language, and then some of that stuff is going to be hard coded eventually.
Yeah,
So
exactly. For now, we do it in the prompt, but at the same time, already asked the dev team to bake it into the platform on their end, so we don't need to even worry about it. Like just by default, the same way as you have your AI agent saying hello or a call itself, we need a way of graceful exits, not just hang up. Someone says no, they're not interested anymore. It's like, all right, what a waste of time, and they hang up.
So right now, definitely you would want to include that in the prompt.
Yes.
for
Okay,
sure.
good to know.
Yeah, and a good prompt. Yeah, okay, cool. With prompt guidelines, and also we've dropped some stuff in our communities. I'll grab the links for previous examples that we've done. Any other questions before we dive into things?
Yeah, is there a possibility to access, like when you take the script, I mean the normal general bot, you get at the end, you get a transcript sent to the person. And if you want to save the transcript into like a custom field, then somehow it cuts off. But why not being able to utilize the script that it's already sent, because obviously something is created, and use that for further use in the workflows?
Yeah, it's something already on our roadmap. We're gonna fix that.
Perfect.
Right now, what we've done is kind of a quick fix is the fact that a lot of people summaries were being sent in the notes, and we would send you by email the full transcript. So now, as a kind of a quick fix for people, because a lot of people didn't want to read the whole transcript. So now by email, we also append the same summary on top of that email. Then the transcript begins. However, we will be giving more functionality for the summary and the transcript as well through custom fields or custom values. I'm not exactly sure how we're going to do it yet, but we're going to give more functionality behind that so you have more control.
Perfect.
I have a
Um,
question. Oh, I'm
go
sorry. Go ahead. I
no,
apologize.
please go ahead.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Was at a customer today, and they're just trying to get a grasshopper number. It's my first visit there. Should I go for the go high level one for A2P, or they're trying to get A2? They're trying to get it for the grasshopper number, but am I going to need a GHL number for them?
Yeah, you're going to need a LC, a lead connector number, in order for it to work with our voice agents.
Okay,
I
easy enough. All right. And I can't use their number, right? I have to get a new number to go high level.
So it depends on your use case. No matter what, you're going to need a high level number because that's how it works for us. We need a number to associate with the agent. So
Yeah.
that's default, no matter what, that is mandatory. So, however, if someone has an existing number, they have another number that they love that they need to use, they can't lose, you can use call forwarding on that number to the LC number to continue. So there, because some people don't want to lose that number. They've had it for 10 years. They go, no.
No, that's
So
not the case with this guy. I think they just do certain tasks and stuff with it.
yeah.
So I think we could do everything with the go high level number. They're not even going to need that. That's my guess.
Yeah, I'm not sure what they would need it for, but pretty much I'm curious if they have a use case that we have not covered in our system over the years.
No, not that I know.
Yeah,
All right. Thank you.
welcome.
um I'm maybe want to look at my thing in a minute. Is this group free to join?
Yes,
Yeah, okay, I'm joining.
there is a second tier.
Right.
There's more information on that, but yes, it's free.
Sweet. So I'm just getting mine set up, and I'm kind of I don't think I'm really stuck, but I don't really know the best direction. So I got the I'll turn this on. I got the chat set up, I think, and I got it configured pretty well. I was just working on the workflow. So there's no trigger for the workflow. You add that as an objective if they want to book a call, correct? And then in the workflow, I just had summarize the conversation and then send that out to everybody. Is that kind of the general framework of what your workflow would look like?
All right, let's back up just a little bit. So, you you said something that didn't seem
Right. Yeah,
correct.
I'm about 2 days into trying to
Okay, cool.
figure
So
this
yes,
out.
you can trigger a workflow, and this is how. So you come into the agent goal section. This is the advanced mode, and right here where it says trigger a workflow, this is how you would do it. So you have the option to do this, or after the call hangs up, then you can designate a
Which
workflow.
workflow? Okay. So can you cover the first way again when they say you had it said when they say X, the bot says excellent. Okay. All right. Okay, that's cool. Thanks.
Yeah, excuse
Uh,
me. Sorry.
no worries. Is it, can I share my screen real quick?
Sure.
Okay. Let me get set up here. Talk amongst yourselves. Let me make sure I can. I'm infamous for having 50,000 tabs open.
Sorry, just coughing my head off over here. Well, we were talking about what I had a conversation with oh my goodness, Andrew about on the call before we hopped on this call. And so I'm just kind of curious, does anybody care to learn about how to engage your existing client and lead lists to be able to pull some, some custom builds out of it with the AI employee? Drop a one in the chat if you would be interested in talking about
Sure.
that.
That's a no-brainer.
Good, good, good. Want to make sure that we're getting to the valuable stuff.
I have a quick question before you guys start, if I can.
Okay.
I just wanted to know how many calls can a voice AI answer at the same time, and for how long?
It's isn't it 50 concurrent calls?
It's I don't have the exact number. People have tested with 50, some people have tested with 100. However, literally today I started doing in-house testing with our team. So today we just did it on just literally got on a Zoom call and like, all right, everyone call at the same time. We did 20 like easily, no issues at all. So next we're gonna do 50. Then I want to try to do 200 and 250, but more automated, not this manual way we did it. So our goal is to hit like
Don said 200.
we've increased our limit to 200 overall in our system. However, I want to be able to try it out until I actually see it happen, not just know it's a limit. I want to actually hit it and see it happen in real time. And then I'll feel
Yeah.
better. So
Okay.
they told
Okay.
me literally, like that's why, I didn't announce to anyone because today they said they tested internally, but we increased the limit to 200. Like, have you tested it? It's like, no, but the limit's been increased. I'm like, no, I'm not announcing that until you test it. So
Yeah.
so I did 20 myself in-house just with on a one-on-one, a few less on a call. But over the next few days, I want to do a full-blown stress test to see how many we can do at the same time.
Great. Thank you very much.
Welcome.
Okay, I just kind of need a little bit of counsel. Is it okay to share my screen?
Yeah, then we'll go into the sales stuff.
Okay.
Cool. Go ahead. You should be able to. Can you?
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, so I'm just creating this workflow, um, and create this contact. I created custom fields for these notes. And so am I on kind of the right track? I want to summarize these and send them out.
Yeah, absolutely. In fact, man, I'll do you one better, bro. Let me steal your screen.
Okay, go ahead.
You're on the right track. But I just want to draw attention to this. This link specifically is inside of our community. This is a live build that I did on Thanksgiving, probably one of the more valuable trainings that I've done. But there's a snapshot right here that you can import, and it's all this stuff built out for a full use case. The workflow is already all pre-configured and everything like that. It'll save you a ton of time.
Okay.
And then the replay to that, excuse me, the replay to that is right here. So you just
Can you
click
put that
that.
URL in the
Yeah,
chat?
it's in the Zoom chat already.
Okay.
And then you just watch this, go through this, and then it'll help you out a bunch. It'll save you a ton of time.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. All right, guys. So, really, I'll just kind of recap the conversation from my memory that I had with Andrew. He's pivoted, like he was basically building out customized systems using all these other tools independent from GHL, like we used to do, connecting it all with Zapier. And well, then he came on GHL about 2 years ago, and now AI employees out, and he's launching his SaaS offer, and he has a few paying clients, and they're paying him like $297 a month, standard package, right? And so I started digging into things with him, asking him like how he charges, what does his client journey look like, where he's getting his leads from, what his offer packages look like, what he wants to do. And then it's a story that we've heard all too often. And we lived it too. And a lot of people live it. And it's, you see people like there's people in the GHL community right now. Like I saw this guy, he's charging his client 10K a month for AI stuff inside of GHL. AI employee, and then not just AI employees, some other tools. But he was at a $2,500 retainer, and then he went up $7,500 and started charging 10K a month. And so you ask yourself, like, what between where some people are at 297, 397 a month, and then where others are at 10K a month, what's the differentiator? You know, like what about the person who's charging 10K a month is different than the person who's charging 297 a month? Anybody want to take any guesses? If you saw my training, broke to AI broker training, you know the answer. Anybody else?
I did not see your training, but I would assume systems or a framework that is attached with the AI bot.
That's
Afraid to ask.
they asked. Yeah, well, that's definitely one of the larger parts of it. It's all about the frame. It's all about the frame of your service, of the frame of your outcome, the frame of your result that you're going to produce for them. It's all about the language that you use in the sales process and the narrative that you're going to be painting for them and the results that you're going to be producing for them. And so a lot of people will just give their clients an account and then give them some help docs. And they won't engage their client in a meaningful way to help them produce more results. And then, so what we started doing, and again, if in the webinar replay, I talk about this, but Kevin and I invested 30 grand in a coach to teach us how to sell our stuff for a lot of money, $25,000, $50,000. And what we learned was that people don't want stuff. People want outcomes. And a lot of the white label GHL model culture has become commoditization and slicing prices and value, and really like a race to the bottom. And what that does, it creates this and it's exactly where kind of this yin and yang, or like this two extremes, right? If you onboard clients and then you're ramping up your user base and then you're maintaining churn and then trying to replace accounts that fall off, and then you're stuck in this cycle of inconsistent revenue or burnout, and stuff like that. But what we wanted to do was we wanted to be able to make a lot of money per client, and so that we could buy back our time and then really deliver amazing results and charge and get paid accordingly for it. But you don't just start charging $25,000 or $30,000. Obviously, you work your way up there and you stack your wins, right? And so that's what Kevin and I, we went on like an 18-month journey of doing that, like hundreds of clients. And my advice to Andrew, where he was at, was around because you think like if you're going to want to start scaling your user base, like, oh, I got to start putting money out there for marketing and stuff, but I don't have the money because I'm charging 297. I got to get up to like 20 clients to make 6K a month. So my advice to Andrew was, okay, well, if you already have 7 clients, then why not just make an offer to them using AI employee to do a custom build out for 2K for them. You get on, you show them, you talk to them about the speed to lead, you show them how much money they could be saving, not saving, but like opportunity costs from people maybe calling them and them not being able to pick up the phone, so they go to a competitor. So you show them that, you talk to them about the value that the AI brings, and then you do a demo with them. You show them your walkthrough on GHL, and just like I've done in previous trainings, and even in the document that I just gave to you guys, like you can even show them that video. You could just replicate what I do in that video to demonstrate the power of this thing, and you make an offer to them to build it out custom to their business, even if they're already paying you $297 a month. And then so I held Andrew accountable. I said by our next call next week, on next Thursday, when we hop back on. Wait, is that Christmas? No, Wednesday is Christmas. We're good. 26th. Yeah. So next Thursday when we hop back on, I told him I wanted to see that he reached out to all seven. I don't know how many users he has exactly, but that he reached out to all of them and made an offer to them, floated an idea to them to do this build out for them, customized AI employee for 2K as a starting point to validate the proof of concept. But here's the thing. It's like, okay, great, but what's my approach? What's my angle? How do I like actually go to these people, and what do I say? And so most of you are aware that you have AI employee unlimited free until the end of the year. So Kevin and I always say, Kevin more than I, that if you have a good enough reason, you can get away with anything, absolutely anything. So this is a really, really, really good reason to make an offer to somebody. And it is that you get access, you have exclusive, like limited time access to the AI functions already inside of what you're selling to them or what you have to them. And the offer is basically that you're going to go in and build it out. So it goes something like this. Hey, Kevin, had an idea. Could be great, could be terrible, but I wanted to let you know that I'm selecting a couple of clients that I think this would work really well for. I'm getting exclusive access to like special pricing for this AI stuff till the end of the year. And so I wanted to make an offer to a couple of my clients that I think could work really well for. Let me know whenever we can hop on a call to talk about it. Idea floater could be great, could be terrible. You lead with the reason why you're doing it. You're making it exclusive till the end of the year. You're adding urgency, all that. And so that's the script, and that's the framework and the approach that you say to get them on the call, right? So you're leveraging the fact, and it's not fake urgency. You guys literally, it's real stuff. You got how many days? Like 11 days left, 10 days left. So that's what we covered on the call. And I think that if all of you took that approach, you could, if you have more than 5 clients, you can make an easy 10K before the year's end. You can have a really nice Christmas. Pay for all your Christmas gifts. So does anybody have any questions on that approach or that strategy? That's what we talked about on the call with Andrew.
I was just talking to one of my other people yesterday that his agency does well, and it's in a weird niche, but he just said, it's not perfect now. I would lead with for, X number of dollars. I'm looking for someone to work with me to build this out customly. And it's still kind of along the same lines, I think.
Yeah. We love the could be great, could be terrible approach, because it's like detachment, man. Doesn't matter. Just like, hey, floating an idea to you, bro. So happy to dive into some more sales stuff if anybody has any questions specifically. I didn't prepare a training around that. It was just I wanted to share the conversation that I had because I thought it was valuable.
I have a ask for this in the Profit Pack group with Alistair. Right now I'm just taking one of my on again, off again customers and doing a build out for her med spa. But I'm a guy and I want to kind of get out of med spa. But so I'm just looking for ideas around a generic demo. I had thought about hair salon or oil change or something like that that can show the value without, too much customization. Right now I'm completely customizing this demo and hoping that that maybe she'll come my way anyway. But I was just wondering how people are, because I think the thing can really sell itself if you just get a good demo,
Yeah,
right?
as a matter of fact, there's a lot of valuable stuff that people put in the community. Who was that guy that was on the call that we were on earlier? Funnel Doc.
Yeah. Oh, Doc, Jeffrey Bannock. Yeah.
He put out a demo recently of a self-selling AI. And it was his version of it they built. I think it was multi-industry though. Dude, just go take his. He put it out
What's
there.
his name?
Funnel Doc. I'll share you the link right now.
Okay, thank you.
He's done a
Yeah,
great.
absolutely. I thought it was better than mine.
How's that possible?
Hey, I'm not the smartest guy out there. I just not by far.
Is it? Did the link make it in there? Oh, there it goes.
Man, I
Even
have to look for it.
even a blind squirrel occasionally gets a nut, right? Or whatever.
Hey,
Thank
if you
you.
don't mind me jumping in just for
Yeah,
a
what's
minute,
up,
this
Dan?
is in response to Shane. I have a bot similar to what Fur just dropped in the comments from Funnel Doc that basically will turn into your company when you call, ask you a couple questions, and that's basically what Funnel Docs does. So it's like, oh, you're a plumber. What's the name of your business? And then it switches and says, okay, I'm going to pretend you're a caller and I'm your AI receptionist.
Mhm.
And everybody that I've shown it to, you can see their wheels turning. The
I would
problem
love to.
with it was until recently, we had a 5 minute limit, and people were trying to like, I don't want to say be jerks, but like they want to try to trip up the bot, like prove, oh, AI won't work for me. But now that that 5 minute limit is lifted, everybody I've shown it to, like after 7 or 8 minutes, if they get that far, is like, okay, yeah, this will work. So check out what they just mentioned to you from Jeffrey, and he's got a couple things where in the Facebook group, I think it's like 3 parts. I'm sure it's on
Yeah,
YouTube.
Yeah, I
yeah,
just
just
part one, then you'll find part two and part three. He's been sharing it in our community. I've been telling him, like, go ahead, share. This is great, valuable stuff from community. Share it, please.
yeah, it's really, really good.
Yeah, that way you're not locked into building like a niche demo bot. You certainly could. But if you give people the ability to just kind of, like I had a guy who's which I never thought a recruiter call it, and the questions that he asked, the bot did a really good job of answering. I was like, wow, I didn't even know the bot knows more about that industry than I do. I don't know anything about that industry.
And that
Well,
is the same. That is the same demo that was just put in the
somebody's testing in the background. Who are who's talking? What's happening? All right. Are we somebody is on their
Mute everybody here. 1 second. They're playing his video.
is that oh my gosh, is that me? That is me. Man, his video, I opened it and I'm like, what's going on? All right, sorry about that, guys. I feel like you're really stupid. Um, LOL. Kevin hates it when I say that. All right, Tim. So, you asked a question about like figuring out how much to charge them as a setup fee. That comes down to doing the math with them. So, what I mean by that, Kevin and I won't work with somebody if we can't help them produce an ROI. Now, what do I mean by that? So, like, if we can't help them make money, if we can't lead their lead conversion to with what the increases would be with AI to show them that they're going to make more money by working with us than it cost to work with us, then we don't want to work with them. So if that's a qualifier for us internally. Candy marketing store, you asked a question. I'm sorry. I'm new to the local space. What do you recommend to newbies? Branch out beyond local. That's my advice to you. So what I'm and how you do that, I'm not being facetious, I promise. Um, you have something with AI employee that businesses around the country need. And there are lots of ways that you can get in contact with them. And so I would get inside of our community. I would start learning how to, start getting your message about this in front of more people in a strategic way, through intent data, through cold emails, through ads, through SEO, through websites, through content, and just start getting your message out there and figure out who you want to target. And if you have experience working in a specific niche other than just a local area, yes, you can go prospect in person and show live demos. That's great, but that's not going to work at scale. I've not done that. I've actually entertained the idea of like pulling lead lists in my local area about who's searching for AI and then going and door knocking. But I'm like, we don't need to. We've done a great job on the organic side and developing relationships that it's just like it's hot right now. People come to us. And the same thing can happen for you guys. And so you can put out those advertisements and make them come to you, or you can go to them if you're just starting out and use the self-selling AI demo. But that should just be a starting point, candy marketing store. And that starting point should lead to relationships being developed, referrals being generated, and then branching your exposure out beyond just your local area. And then Anton said, when you say you can't get an ROI as a qualifier, what questions would you ask to determine that? Great question. And Kevin can chime in here. But basically, it's lead flow, existing database, and offer price. Those are the main three that we focus in on.
Yeah, basically, you want to be able to do the math, right? If you're going to charge somebody $25,000, you need to know beyond a shadow of the doubt that even if this performs to the minimum of your expectation, that they're going to realize at least a $50,000 ROI in revenue, right? So what's the math look like on that, right? What's the, what we like to ask is what's the annual value of a customer, right? So whether they may be a one-time service, like, a plumber or whatever, or if, we're working with a local wellness spa, right? So lashes, these girls come in every 2 weeks to do their lashes. And they're paying incrementally every 2 weeks. So we just put together an AI database reactivation through to Christmas Eve at midnight, and then we'll reactivate it again on Christmas Day through to New Year's. And instead of charging, $300 to set the lashes, and then every 2 weeks coming in for a fill that's like $70, we just did a 6-month package for $1,000, where they get all the fills and the set for a 300 or so odd discount, or an entire year for $2,000, which is like a $500 discount. But it's a huge cash influx. It's the right time of year to be throwing out a holiday promo like this. It's the right opportunity for people to ask for this for a gift instead of paying for it for themselves, and now they get to use it for the next year. So that's one thing, right? That's what's the annual value of a client, right, or a customer. Then it's how many leads are in their existing database, how old are they, and digging into that, like how old are they, how often do you market to them, do you market to them at all, how many paying customers are in your list, right? You got leads, and then you have past paying customers, and then how many new leads are coming in per month with your existing leads channels. And so you can easily do the math on what it looks like to get them a 2x ROI. And you don't want to necessarily share that with them and make guarantees, especially when you're first starting out. But if you can have enough certainty in yourself to know, wow, if I kind of screw this thing up, they're still going to make 50 grand in revenue, like minimum. Now you come into the call and the sales conversation with enough certainty to ask for 25K, and you can show them the math on what revenue can be realized over the course of the next 30, 60, 90 days, right? And so, one thing that we always say is money flows to those who create the most certainty. So when you approach these situations with the utmost certainty, they're matching that energy. They see how certain and confident you are and the results that you can get for them, and the opportunities that are being missed by not working with you.
Okay, this is Anton. I just wanted to see if I could follow up really quickly on that question. When you said that you have let's say you have a self-selling bot, and you're asking for you're charging certain clients a lot more. Do you have like levels where you do it? So for example, would you ever have someone do a free trial at 500 or 900 or 900 $1,000 a month, or is it all you're going to do super high
I mean,
pricing?
for us, we don't really even do demos. We don't do self-selling. We don't do any of that stuff. All of our clients and prospective clients, the conversation is strictly about what's the outcome that they can expect in a very short amount of time, right? People don't like to wait, and people don't like to pay for things unless the value of their money and the value of what you're providing to them outweighs, right? So like if they perceive $25,000 to be a risk, then it's a lot of money. But if they're looking at it as, wow, okay, if I put 25K invested into my business over the course of the next 90 days, I'm going to realize at least a 50K return on my investment. And now I have exponential growth beyond that initial investment thereafter. Now you can charge 25K for a 90-day working period, and you can charge 3, 5, even 10K a month. And then you do the math on what the monthly recurring looks like to continue to support them and build out new campaigns for new offers and things. Now you have a recurring client as well. So instead of coming in, and people have to pay attention. I don't work with people that don't pay me. It never works out. I would recommend you don't either. So free trial. If you want to be a SaaS, give a free trial. But what we're talking about here is outcome based. This is not SaaS. This is service with a software.
Okay, all right. I see the difference here in terms of you're talking about high end, because you're not in a SaaS model. You're in a service
We
with
used to be. We tried going down that route.
And that's where you get into the red ocean of commoditization and the race to the bottom of competing on price. And you're just like everybody else that they see out there. So now they're like, okay, there's 20 different cereals on the shelf. Which one do I want?
Okay, so in terms of your delivery, then you're basically going in, you're doing a database reactivation, and then you're giving them the ongoing AI employee voice AI to turn those existing calls or the existing lead flow into customers, and that's essentially how you're delivering your value. Am I on that, or am I way off?
Yeah, I mean, that's part of the initial working period. Yeah, it's, we break it down into 3 phases over the course of 90 days. The DBR is where the lowest hanging fruit is and the most amount of quick wins for them. And then we turn it on to live lead channels. We're custom building it while the DBR is running. We're custom building the AI for all the live lead channels and their knowledge base and everything that's necessary to plug it into, where the bottlenecks are currently that are, roles that are filled by people, host outside of business hours, missing calls, while they're on jobs. If they're a service business, right? The electrician, lawyer, whatever, they can't answer the phone at all times, right? That's unrealized revenue. Somebody automatically going to a competitor. There's multiple touch points to produce more revenue without even ramping up leads yet. And then once you fill all those bottlenecks, you plug all those holes, and now you're increasing conversions from top of funnel to bottom of funnel for them in all areas of their business. The revenue's increasing. Then you can get into turning on, increasing lead flow, and they have a reliable system that they don't have to worry about hiring more people or relying on the people that they currently have as much, right? It's, and we don't, Joshua and I come from a strong sales background. Everything that we do, even though Our AI sales team is what we deploy for our clients. We're not in the business of replacing salespeople. We're in the business of generating more opportunities for businesses and teeing up more opportunities for their salespeople while freeing up the busy work of the time that goes into being a salesperson. 80% of your work is not revenue producing, but it's leading to revenue at some point. The AI handles all that. And now your salespeople can spend 100% of their time on the cream of the crop because everybody's being led through a funnel the same exact way without human involvement.
All right, one last question before I release you. In terms of the qualifiers, what would you say? So let's say that I am working in the HVAC space, right? Let's say the average customer value is just 10 grand for, easy numbers. What is one of the qualifiers you had was a minimum number of past customers and then a lead flow. If I could put like some numbers to it in terms of how many past customers would you want to see as a minimum for you to say, well, you know what, this is worth it.
Well, I mean, you think about, then you just look at like, what are the standard conversion rates for an SMS database reactivation? And then you take into account, okay, this isn't a standard SMS database reactivation. This is an AI database reactivation. So the conversion rates are going to be higher because it's conversational rather than just an outbound marketing effort, right?
Okay.
So they're being walked through a sales funnel process conversationally. So let's say the standard conversion rate for a decent leads list is 20% conversions on a standard SMS database reactivation. So you can confidently say that we're looking at potentially about a 30 to 40% conversion rate. So now you're going to do the math on, okay, 10K per close, right? Per new client. So if I charge them 25K over the course of the next 60 days, 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, I need to get them at least 4 new clients, right? Or 5, excuse me. So there you are. Now you have to do the math. Okay, how many leads do they have in their existing database? How many new leads are coming in? How do we ensure that we convert at least 5 more people over the next 30 days or so, based on how many leads are already there, right? So if we have 1,000 leads in their database and we can confidently say that we can convert 30% of those, that's 300 booked calls. And then however many people convert off of those booked calls, I think you're already well over a 2x ROI, correct?
Yeah. So I guess to determine what that would be, that's why you have the customers, the percentage of customers versus leads, and then the percentage of recent customers versus old customers, because that will then determine the responsiveness. Obviously, if they're providing good service, you're going to have more responsive customers. If they're not, or I'm looking at it from a cold email type standpoint. How am I filtering down to target people? And I'm probably going to have to be looking at, okay, people who have a relatively high Google rating and then have a certain number of reviews, for example, so that based on how many reviews you get will give you a number of how many customers they probably have, and that way I can kind of do the reverse calculation and get to a number. So that's kind of how I was looking at it in terms of if I'm going out cold. You guys don't do the AI demo, but when you're going out cold, it's the easiest thing to get the biggest wow of, hey,
Yeah,
call this
you can
number
leave
and
it
do
at
this
that.
AI demo.
We don't do that anymore. We used to be really heavy on demos. We don't need to do it anymore, primarily for 2 reasons. Because I think the general sentiment in the market is like, okay, enough people are starting to have heard AI. They know that it works, right? They know that it's becoming like a common thing. And then the other thing is just that we make it so much about the outcome. Like we don't even focus on the tech
Yeah,
at
because
all.
putting the focus on the demo now, here's the standard human response to a demo. How can I pick this apart and find something wrong with it? Now the focus is on what was wrong with the demo or they would like to see better. And now you're going down this rabbit hole of like, oh, well, I can fix that and I can make this better. And then we can get started. And then it's like, yeah, okay, the
Never get started.
The deal's already lost. I guarantee it.
Okay. All right. Thanks.
Mhm.
All right, I have a beginner question.
Okay, go ahead. Yeah, what's up?
So I'm still getting to understand this. How do I get, not guarantee, but at least give some numbers on return on investment? If I do not offer SEO or paid ads in my services, and I want to do your model, like software with a service, but I do everything else in terms of like the systems and campaigns and follow-ups and whatever, can I accomplish something meaningful to my client? In other words, can I tell them, oh, you can make like what you guys are spending like 2x return on your
So,
investment?
Alan, we don't do any new lead generation for our clients in the initial 90-day working period, at least 75% of the time.
Okay. But do you tell them numbers? Like, I'm
It's
not
all
sure how to get it to be desirable by the client to work with.
It's how many leads they have in their existing database, how many current, how many leads are coming in already, right? And so, all right, so you got the big three, which is what every business needs to be successful, right? You need to have something to sell, an offer. So every business that's already in business has an offer that's selling, or they wouldn't be in business. So offers taken care of. Then you have the sales conversion mechanism, and this is actually backwards, but you have the sales conversion mechanism, which is AI for in our instance, right? In all our instances here, the sales conversion mechanism that they're currently using is people, right?
Yes.
And then you have leads, right? And so we're only going to be solving for one of these at a time. You never want to, I mean, I would highly recommend you don't solve for more than one at a time, because then it becomes, convoluted, and the outcome is now you chase two rabbits, you're bound to catch neither, right? So when we come in, the sales conversion mechanisms is the first one that we that we tackle, right? How do we button up all the bottlenecks and make this funnel process, the sales process, more smooth and less dependent on human involvement, right? So then that comes first 30, 60, 90 days. Most of the time, we don't turn on any additional lead generation for them until 60 to 90 days in. So, and the ROI has already been realized. Now we're already in a positive ROI, and now the ads that we're running for them, or the leads that we're generating on local search intent spikes that we use, and in our GHL community, we have an exclusive offer. So if anybody isn't able to generate leads for their clients well and effectively, we're partnered with a company. There's an amazing offer in there to be able to do so. So I would highly recommend checking that out. But that being said, again, the ROI is already realized before you're even ramping up any new leads for them whatsoever. So does that answer your question?
It does. I just want to, now I have one more question, if you don't mind. So let's say we reach that point of, let's call it the 90-day period for simplicity. And now they're hungry for more clients. Now, do I dig into the paid ads and SEO and hire someone to do that? Or did I get that wrong?
You can, absolutely. I mean, yeah, we have a guy that first came to us as through a rev share partner, and he was running his own agency for and that's the other thing I will tell you is, once you get really good at being the go-to people in your circle or network, and clients and stuff, like, people are going to start gravitating towards you, and these opportunities are going to present themselves for you. So we had a guy that came to us from a rev share partner, and he had his own marketing agency running ads for lawyers, and he's looking at what we're doing. He's like, man, at a 15% revenue share, I can run ads with my own money to your offer and actually do less work and make more money than running ads for lawyers. It's like the, Wolf of Wall Street, like, you show me a check for $70,000, I quit my job, I come work for you right now. Right. And that's what
Wow,
happened. So now we have an ads guy.
that's amazing on his own money. That's
He's
impressive.
been running ads from his own budget, because 15% of 25K is less work and more money for him than what he was doing with his entire agency.
Right. Makes sense. Great value, guys. I really appreciate the conversation.
Appreciate it.
And I want to make sure I'm very clear. We're not trying to, and maybe we are, bring a sword to the to the traditional model here. I think that the ultimate spirit behind our mission,
I mean, like we've said in the AI broker masterclass, is like, most people who are going to get super wealthy and successful off of the white labeled SaaS low ticket, it goes back to the old, the marketing analogy of red ocean and blue ocean, right? At some point everything becomes a red ocean, and you have to find a way to create a new blue ocean out of it. No ideas are original. There's nothing new out there under the sun. There's new developments in technology, but everything is going to become saturated and commoditized. You just have to be ahead of that bell curve. And that's that's why we do things the way that we do. And we've seen such success with it, and why we teach it the way that we do. Nothing wrong with the SaaS model. And there's ways to really, and we discussed earlier on a call with Fur, about, the opportunities for just creating micro SaaSes out of GHL, but just white labeling GHL and giving it to your clients and them paying $300 a month and then just kind of set it and forget it. That's good. Those days are gone.
Yeah, that's going to produce high churn and not produce results and create raving fans that pay you for the rest of their life. And so the the real spirit behind it is that you should have something that you can sell for a lot of money, and you should lead with that. You should downsell into stuff. Does it make sense?
Okay. It does. It's that not my only, I have a lot of them, but my only concern is for now, high ticket versus high churn. I mean, high ticket with high churn versus low ticket, low churn. And if I'm going to go low ticket, I'm going to put less effort and might develop one system that runs nicely and then just sell it, which is now done.
The way that you worded that, actually, if I caught it right, you said high ticket, high churn, low ticket, low churn. It's low ticket, high churn, high ticket, low churn.
Really? In my brain, because I don't have that experience in the market yet, I imagined if I'm high ticket, and I'm going to be the first bill that they're going to get rid of whenever they want to cut down on costing anything.
Not if
I'm low ticket. Yeah.
Nobody gets rid of something that's making them 2 to 3 times more money every month. So that's outcome focused. I can charge 10 grand a month because I know the clients that I'm charging 10 grand a month are making at least 30 from what they rely on me for.
We booked, I think it's at like 500 appointments now for one of our clients. Like just
over the past 50 days or so.
Yeah, it's average 10 appointments booked per day on a database. We're not even on their live lead channels yet. This is all from 500,000 leads that were 3 years old. They were just sitting there, not getting texted. Plop the AI in there, made a nice quick bag. They're paying us every month
$10,000 to $20,000 in revenue to them.
Wow.
Yep.
I guess I just need more courage.
Yep.
Yeah, and that's the other big thing.
The most certainty.
Yeah, and like a lot of the questions around like guarantees, like how can I guarantee that? We don't guarantee you anything. The only guarantee we make is that if you do nothing, you're going to stay stuck where you're at. That's the only guarantee that there is.
That's a good analogy.
And we've still had zero chargebacks. All our testimonials are amazing, and we've given like 1 or 2 refunds, but it was because we just wanted to get rid of somebody because they just were not a client that we thought we were getting ourselves into. So we were just happy to pay them to go away.
Yeah. Well, I'm learning. This is pretty good stuff.
Where I was going with that, though, is that a lot of people, you won't have the courage to sit here and tell somebody, yes, this is going to be way better than what you're currently doing. And it is going to increase conversions rather than decrease them. There is no reality where you add in AI to a sales process and it does not increase conversions. Like, you have to have that conviction. And like that frame has to be stronger than their frame. Because what happened, like, I know we're almost at time, but like there's always frames colliding in every conversation. Even in the one we're having right now, you guys have a frame about how you were going to do things before you heard this call, and now I'm presenting a different frame. We're presenting a different frame to you to focus on outcomes and charge high ticket, or at least have a high ticket offer, right? And then if I'm not more certain in my frame than you are in your frame will absorb my frame. But if I am more certain and I have more conviction about it than you do yours, my frame will absorb your frame and I will win. And that's what I'm hoping is going to happen in this conversation. And that is the level of conviction that you have to have with your clients. And so a lot of that comes with just having done it a bunch of times. So you can borrow our conviction. You can borrow mine and Kevin's conviction about the results that we produce with this to go and land your first clients so that you can build that conviction on your own.
I am definitely borrowing a lot of what you guys say. So thanks for that.
For sure.
Yeah.
Any other questions before we hop?
Yes. Hi.
How we doing?
No. Hello, guys.
Hi.
Hey, what's up, man?
Yeah. So I'm not sure you can hear me, but my name is Precious. Yeah. So I'm calling from Nigeria. Yeah, and it's my first time right here on some of these calls. I recently got introduced to, because I do a lot of research and development, like personally. So I got into the who high level GHL frenzy here, and I've been blown away. So the concern I have, and I'll probably just like to be clear right now, because I see what you guys have done, and I'm literally blown away. And literally, my focus for getting the go high level is for social media management, trying to help entrepreneurs or small business owners that try to manage their social media and some of those good stuff. Yeah, but I know it's more than that. And just hearing you guys speak right now, it's giving me a lot of ideas on how some of these things can go. So my question is, say you're starting out, with all everything that you've known for the past period of years, or I'm not sure how long you've been involved with this, and you're about to start now in probably in the African niche, or just generally, what would you go for? Just so I just have an idea of what exactly would you be doing, and probably so I could just pattern after.
Yeah, man, what I would do for you to start getting some initial prospects out there, I would, if you have no pre-existing network, if you have no pre-existing clients, nothing like that you
Yeah,
can
nothing like that.
leverage.
Nothing like that.
You don't have that?
Yeah, nothing. Yeah, I'm just probably basically 2 weeks old. Yeah, on the
Okay.
GHL.
So what I would start doing is doing awareness campaigns and getting the message out there and telling people that you have an idea hey, could be great, could be terrible. I got an idea. I want to share it with you. I saw something. It looks great. You need to see it. If you can memorize that right there, I saw something, looks great. You need to see it. Show them the demo. Could be great, could be terrible. Would you like to talk about how this would look for your business? Memorize that pitch and say that to businesses all around on Instagram, on social media, on wherever in your local area. But just again, if you have people already in your network, go say that to them. If you have people on social media, go say that to them. Do a social media facelift, get your branding all right, make yourself look professional on social media if you aren't already, and then go out and then start prospecting using that pitch to people. That's
And
what I
one
would do for you.
and one thing that I like to recommend to people that are in specific cultures, specific accents, things like that, is find groups where, or just seek out people from Nigeria who are successful in America and lead with AI with them, because you have a cultural connection to them and you have something to offer them. Hi, babe. You have something to offer them that can help enhance their business. And so that cultural connection will allow you that confidence and certainty without results. And then you can expand beyond that because you'll have results and testimonials. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. It does. So with everything that you've known right now in all the years and months of getting in on niching down on your business, what would you say would probably be the best, the most revenue generated for me to start out right now? I mean, after the whole, okay, I have something I need to get into the whole awareness stuff. What would you recommend that I niche down to right now? I mean, with everything that you know, past couple of months and years.
I would just lead with AI, and based on everything, like what I just said, is like, find people that are successful in the United States or in the UK, that you have that cultural connection with, and lead with AI and get them some results.
Okay, so when you say AI, so I know GHL has like a lot of stuff. I mean, so I'm trying to like literally niche down on
I
what
think
you would
the
do
best
at
thing,
this time. Yeah.
Precious, is join our free community, and there's a lot of free resources in there. I think a lot of the I think that you'll be able to get a lot more. Let me say this. Your question requires a lot more than what we could cover on a call, I think. Right? Because
Yeah,
you're just getting started. So
elaborate. Yeah.
you need some training around this stuff. You need to have a little bit more awareness of what you can do for people with GHL before you ask the question that you're asking. You need to start with crafting an offer. You have to have something to sell first, and you're not there yet. Right? You can sell GHL, but if you don't know how you're going to help people with GHL, then that bridge hasn't been crossed yet to answer this question.
Got it.
Yeah, so crafting your offer first is where we need to start. And then you need to ideally craft your offer leading with AI. Speed to lead, no more missed calls, that type of stuff. Increased conversions, automated follow-up, automated qualification, less work on your sales team, more work on the AI, so your sales team can focus on converting the highest quality leads, the hottest leads.
Got it. Lastly, please, can I get a link to join any of your, I mean, communities or what
Sure.
have you?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
All right. So I think
we'll
we'll wrap.
in the chat. Hold on one second. Let me grab the link for you.
Yep.
Any other questions? We could stay here all day. Last question. All right, there you go, guys. I just realized that you guys requested, some of you have been requesting to join. I added the membership questions, so I have to approve those. And then I just let everybody in the background. So should be good. Should be in the group now. We're almost to 100 members. So we'll be putting this replay inside the group. The other replays are in there now. So we'll see you in there.
All right, everyone. Thank you for coming. The recording will be on the YouTube channel and in their group momentarily. See you tomorrow.